We in the great debate community have been subjected to an experiment designed to prove, well, nothing really. That people watch drama, that drama can be bad, that somehow the community is failing to provide the content some people think it should. What bothered me the most about this was the insensitivity and the timing. I was furious, and I made a video expressing this called "We Are Not Lab Rats." Agent of Doubt, in doing his weekly flags recap, had to put the links in an attached document because there was so much going on in this community this past week. Yet this cabal of self-righteous do-gooders decided that now was the time to play their little game. How did no one know? How did no one think? A manipulative, abusive man has returned to the community. Asheistheraven, or Josh Clark, took advantage of people both financially and emotionally. He created a fake woman, Della Winters, and used this persona to, well, e-rape another woman. I'll not mention her name, but if you need to, you can find it in the comment section of Bionic Dance's video where Sabella, Exiled, and I mentioned this. Bionic Dance's response was to be defensive, attacking those who brought this up, saying she hadn't heard about it, and saying she didn't know the woman who was victimized. She then said that she did know her, but summarily dismissed her. Never did Bionic Dance ask what happened. Never did she show any compassion for someone who might have been hurt. Instead, she put up this comment. Is Bionic Dance that stupid that she can't imagine what might have happened? Has she been living under a rock for years? The news has been full of cases of online abuse by predators. She doesn't know that kids have been killing themselves because of online bullying? Gay kids? And then there's the situation with ConferenceReport. Someone who didn't like his work, especially his forays into nudity, contacted his employer. Bringing the online world into the real world in a very dangerous and potentially destructive way. There is a man who I will simply say is not the Burger King, who has used and abused people on YouTube for years. He's befriended people only to turn on them, and has deliberately set up feuds by targeting and flagging different people to get them at each other's throats. All this for his own sick amusement. He's in the background now, but given an opening, he'll pounce again. Then there's Pastor George. Pastor George threatened to commit suicide by shooting himself, and he blamed someone on YouTube for taking him to this place. No matter what pain Pastor George might have been in, what he did was deliberately hurtful. Not only that, but others were hurt by this. One woman was terribly upset because she cared for Pastor George, and she had experienced a suicide in her family in real life. There are a couple of people I know of who've had Child Protective Services called on them, though not recently as far as I know, by others who became angry with them or were spurned by them. It's not just drama. We're not watching a movie. We're watching real life. I know some people are going to say, we're not responsible for all that. No, but you are responsible for thinking. The very thing that you wanted others to do, you failed at. The incidents I mentioned aren't the only ones that have ever happened, only the most recent ones, most happening within the last week or two. They don't involve the same group of people. However, they are in the same community. And I find it hard to believe that the instigators of this latest drama weren't aware of some of this. Even if they were all so out of touch that they didn't know, surely they were aware of similar incidents that have happened in the past. Didn't they think this through? Think. Don't run on automatic. Heard that before? There was sadly little thinking here. There are vulnerable people in our community. Did any of the participants in this little exercise think of them? Was there really any use for such an experiment? Beyond sadistic pleasure, that is. Some of the things hinted at could trigger some members of our community. This was ill thought out, and you shouldn't play with people's minds unless you know what you're doing. Come to think of it, you shouldn't play with people's minds at all. Do no harm? Heard that before? It's a good way to live. Do no harm. Whatever you choose to do, that choice has consequences. It's been said that they did this because they were tired of drama. Well, if you don't like the drama, stay out of the theater. You certainly don't create more drama. You don't like the content being produced in the community? Then produce the kind of content you like and encourage others to do so. Spread the news about the content you like. You know, praise people. Put links to them on your site. Do videos about them saying, go see these people. It's been said that this was to make us think. Make us think? How arrogant. How self-righteous. Who are you to make us think? What lessons do you think you can teach us? I'm 62. There's nothing these twits have to teach me. If that wasn't clear before, it is now. I already learned how not to be an asshole. And I think that's the only real lesson here. Don't do what we did. Don't be an asshole. Thanks for listening. Bye.